everyone, welcome back to my YouTube page, Everything is Healing. It's 2022, it's Brain Awareness Week, and I felt like this is the best time for me to kind of bring this channel back. Firstly, I just really want to apologise that I didn't commit in the way that I wanted to. I really did start this with, a lot of intentions and a lot of things I wanted to share. I had to take a break, and it's so weird, I feel like I didn't even really begin, but then I had to kind of just stop, and I couldn't actually come back to do this. I didn't know how to have a page which is about healing and trying to uplift people, and then having such an experience like that, I felt a bit helpless. I didn't know how to say, oh actually guys, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I don't really know if this is going to work out how I want it to work out. This just might be, God forbid though, I shouldn't say that, but I don't know how long this is going to be. I don't know what the outcome is going to be. All I know is that I have the intention of getting better and sharing this journey, and I hope that the things that I do will come in the best positive way, but we never know what's going to happen in life. I'm realising actually it's those moments that I need to share, because healing isn't a linear thing. It's not a straight journey. There's moments, there's humps and bumps, and so I think I'm realising that now, and I realise that this isn't going to be as straightforward as I hoped. Long story short, last year I ended up in hospital again after having a bit of a episode, and that actually happened because at the start of 2021 I just wanted to really start again and get control of my life, so I started a juice diet. I was actually fasting as well. And then I decided I didn't really want to take my medication, and at first it was really good. I had a lot of energy and I was losing weight and I was feeling like I was getting back to myself, but then unfortunately the sarcoidosis kind of creeped up again, and it was just a bit of a situation which I thought I was going to be able to come here and be like, guys, this is what happened, and share the story, but I don't think I'm actually ready for that now. So I have to be fair with myself and realistic with myself. At the right time, I hope that I will be able to share with you guys, but it's going to take me coming out of myself to do that, and I hope you can be patient with me and bear with me, and I'm really going to try it this time. So yeah, I just want to say thank you if you're here watching this. I really appreciate you. Already I'm in a new place. I usually film this in my sitting room, but I'm actually in a new setting, which is another few videos that I'm going to share soon. It's a new studio space which is going to allow me to really create, but that's another story. But actually no, it's actually still part of my healing journey, because it's part of my expression and how I'm hoping to live my purpose, and I think this is part of it, so it all ties together. So I'm gonna make it make sense as these videos go on. So as part of Brain Awareness Week, I actually done some questions with Sarcoidosis UK, which is the main charity for sarcoidosis in the UK. I'm connected with them before when I put out my song New Form, which you can see here. Which, by the way, I recently got all the funds that everyone gave towards the song, and I gave it to the charity. I just want to say thank you again for everyone that did support. Again, I did intend to do more with the song. I wanted to do a remix, I wanted to do a video to raise more awareness and to raise more funds. But that is something that I'm still considering to do, and April is Awareness Month, so I'm hoping maybe I can bring something back then. But yeah, as I said, I thought I'd just share some of the questions here. When were you diagnosed with neurosarcoidosis? So, as I said in my previous video, I was diagnosed in 2018. What led you to being diagnosed? Well, it was a long story, and as I said in my first video, you can find out more information. But just for these questions, very briefly, I had a lot of head pains and eye pains, and I was losing a lot of weight because of the fatigue and the tensions that I had there. And then I had some left side pain. I went to the dentist. The dentist saw that there was some sort of irritation there and suggested I do a brain scan. And from the brain scan, I found out that there was something in my brain. We didn't know exactly what it was, but to rule out a brain tumor or anything like that, they suggested to do a brain biopsy, but I wasn't for that. I ended up doing a more series of tests, such as lumbar punctures, blood tests, and then we finally got to the diagnosis of neurosarcoidosis. What has been some of the biggest challenges you've faced since your neurosarcoidosis diagnosis? So this one was a deep one. For me, it was just firstly dealing with the pain itself, like having chronic pain daily was just to the point where I couldn't do normal stuff. I couldn't stay awake, I couldn't eat, I couldn't speak, I couldn't do things. I think that was one of the hardest things. Another thing that was really hard and has been hard, not so much now because I'm a lot better, but initially was having, my parents and people around me have to do things for me, so I couldn't feed myself, I couldn't dress, I couldn't even shower. It was just, I couldn't walk, do you know what I mean? So just losing your capabilities from being, a well-abled person to being really limited to what you could do was just like very debilitating for me. Dealing with my body changing physically, like literally how I looked, but not just the look, but the function of it. So not being able to do certain things. One of the main reasons I mentioned again in my previous video was because of the side effects of the medication. So steroids is the main medication that you have to take for neurosarcoidosis, and that has side effects such as Cushing syndrome, which I hope I'm saying it correctly, but that causes a lot of water retention and excess weight on certain parts of the body. The loss of self, and just, I sometimes think, what if this never happened? And I know that's kind of a weird thing to say because I'm in two ways about it. I mean, one way I'm just like, oh, I wish this didn't happen because maybe I'll be here, maybe I'll be doing this in my life. But at the other side, I'm just like, that's life. You can't predict what's going to happen. And I'm actually grateful for a lot of the things that I've learned during this time and the person I've become in certain ways. So, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like it's a weird one, but I think sometimes when I get into my states, I can think like, oh, why is this happening? But, things happen to the best of us. It happens to anyone, all of us. So, who am I to be like, why me, in a sense? What impact, if any, does your struggles with sarcoidosis have on those closest to you? Wow, this question here is, it's a real one. I think, as I said, firstly, my family who were looking after me, that was hard because they had to start looking after me and doing things that they never thought they'd have to do. And I think that was a lot for them to take on. But also the moments of, when it really affected my brain, it affected my brain function, and I think that was very hard for my family to deal with. So, things such as my memory loss or having extreme pains or just not being able to function or say things or do things. And I think I just always have to bring props to my mum and dad, especially, who looked after me a lot during these times, and they just had to stay strong. They just saw a side of me that they never thought they would see, but they were always there for me and always patient, even when I get very angry and moody and even aggressive because I just wasn't in the right frame or state of mind. They were really just there for me. So yeah, that was one thing. I think another thing, friends as well. I've been blessed to have some friends that have been really close and supportive and have been there. They came to visit me, or they send encouraging words or just encourage me to, keep going. At the same time, that wasn't necessarily an easy road, and not everyone understood what I went through and could be on this journey with me. So while I had people that were supportive and were helpful, I also lost a lot of friends as well, and a lot of people that I wanted to be there for me but they couldn't be there for me for different reasons. Some were going through their own thing, some weren't as aware to the extent of what was happening, and some people just couldn't be there. And I think they do say that it's your hardest times that show who your real people are. So that was hard for me because I just had to let some people go that couldn't be there. And that's something I still think about every now and then. The people that are around me now, I'm just so grateful for, and they're here for a reason. How do you stay motivated when things were difficult? Oh my gosh, well, I said in my answer 3 main things that kept me motivated. The first thing was my faith. I think that just allowed me to feel like I can get past this, and you know what, I know for a fact if I didn't have my faith in God, I don't think I would have had the willpower to really persevere and do half of the things that I've done. So that's the main thing. My friends and family again, who have been there to look after me and encourage me. And thirdly, obviously my music, my passion, having a purpose for life and feeling like, no, there's more to this and there's a reason for this. I think that really pushed me. So I'm just so grateful for the melodies and the song ideas that came to my head, throughout all of these years. My Room 3 project is still coming, and I feel like again that's something that I can really give to others and for myself as well, just to heal from all of this. It's been really healing to have that, you know, outlet. So I'm just so grateful for those things. I do think raising awareness of the condition is so important. Raising awareness is so important, and you know, I'm really happy that I had this question, and it's one of the main reasons that's allowed me to come back to this channel again, because it just reminded me that there's still so many people that can be helped by this. And we just need to understand how each other are living and how people are living, so we can help each other and, you know, just be there for each other more. So on the scale, it's about, you know, raising awareness of this condition, but the bigger picture is about understanding each other more. The last question they asked, do you have any advice for people who are newly diagnosed? Yes, I have a lot of advice. Again, it's in the questionnaire, but just speaking here, the main advice is, you know, don't allow what you're going through to be the be-all of you. You know, still remember who you are. And I know that sounds, I don't know, it sounds mad to say that because it's such a life-changing thing, and it's easy to get caught up in the pain and, you know, the medications and people not understanding. And I've had those moments too, and you all have those moments, but I think as long as you can still, within that, stay grounded with, you know, the things that you like to do, you know, remembering your purpose, remembering the loved ones around you, those things will really keep you grounded. And also take control of the things you can take control of, eating well and sleeping well and putting good things around you to keep you uplifted and keep you positive. So read stuff which, you know, uplifts you and makes you feel good. I think, you know, for something so life-changing, it's really about your mind. With anything in life, how you view it and how you can perceive it and, you know, take it in is the best thing. You know, you can see some people that go through crazy things, but their mind is strong, they're strong-minded, and they believe, and they're optimistic. And I think just having that will really, really help you. Yeah, that's been me. I am back now, and I'm just really passionate about doing this the right way this time and just letting go. You know, it's time to just do what I gotta do, but thank you for watching. But yeah, I'm done for today, and just remember, everything is fine, everything will be okay, and everything is healing. Bye.